My guest is Dan Dinnar, CEO of HexaTier. Welcome, Dan.
Thank you.
So HexaTier is going through a lot of changes. It's rebranding the name. It used to be Green SQL, and I think your focus too on go-to-market is changing, as well as bringing you in to be CEO. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been now 3 months already that I've joined. Again, Green SQL was formed in 2009, and for the last 6 years, really developed a product and brought it to the market, mainly for the SMB market. And really, my joining and the aligning that we're doing and the rebranding is really moving from an SMB market focus to really to the enterprise focus.
And HexaTier now does database security.
Yeah, basically it's database security and compliance. But if you look at what we're actually solving is a problem that today in boardroom discussions, the movement to the cloud and the need to move to the cloud is really coming from the top. If it's IT that are being asked to be agile and do things better and to have the ability to scale quicker. If it's security that everyone says, put whatever security in place because we don't want to be the next name in the news. Compliance, which is in almost all the markets today, is coming stronger and stronger on compliance requirements and needs. And finance and operations, which are saying do things cheaper, faster, ease of use, simplicity. You put all those together and everyone's looking for a product to solve something, and there's not a lot of products that really can combine all of those. And what we saw with our solution is really that it solves a lot of the things. We're the first to enable database security in the cloud, especially for database as a service. And if you look at security, compliance, sensitive data, all those when relate to the database, this is the bread and butter of HexaTier and what we can do best.
What are some of the differentiating, advantages of HexaTier over some of the bigger traditional database security solutions?
So first of all, we're a software-based solution. Mm-hmm. So it's not an appliance that you need to put inside already, a cost saving right there. But I think the main thing is the agility. The idea that today when you look for products for sensitive data discovery, if you look for database security, database masking, or even database activity monitoring, all those are different solutions today that are offered out there. We offer an all-in-one solution that really encompasses all those benefits into one simple, few clicks installation, and then a few more hours of configuration or minutes of configuration, and you're up and running and protected. So you don't have to look for many solutions. You have it all in one. And especially when you're talking today on the movement to the cloud, because we're software, because we work on a database reverse proxy, which is our patent technology, that enables us to not worry where the database or need to sit next to it. We really can do it if it's on-prem, if it's in the cloud, private cloud, or what today the market is moving, a lot of hybrid that have some applications in the cloud, but still the database on-prem or the other way around. And for us, that doesn't matter.
Is one of your primary benefits the ability to block SQL injection attacks, which are the #1 form of attack?
Yeah, so absolutely. When you look at the database, the SQL injection is one of the challenges, which today a lot look to solve it, in the web application firewall areas, but not in the database itself. Because we sit as a layer in between the connection and the database, we can really analyze and block those before they even reach the database. So if you look at most of the attacks are going to be on the not on the database itself, but more on the machine that's running or the OS that's running here. Here we protect it because when you go to the database, you go through us.
Is it operationally easier to protect the database than it is the entire web application?
Well, if you look today, if you look at what's your last line of defense, what do we want to protect at the end of the day? It's the database itself. It's the data inside the database. We put a lot of security layers inside the organizations to protect, but at the end of the day, what people are trying to get is to database. And when you look at a lot of the breaches that are happening, it's not that the database application was breached. It was that the server that's running on or an application that's connecting, and that got to it. When you're sitting in front of the database and you can be that barrier between whatever's connecting, you really reduce a lot of the attackability surface that today is what you're trying to do. The more you reduce it, the less you have ability for people to get in.
So Green SQL used to have a lot of freemium users or freeware downloaded that you were converting over to commercial licenses as well. Is that free version still available, or are you ending that program?
No, I think that was even before GreenSQL was founded. It was a lot of it started as an open source, so there was a lot of freeware or download that happened. But I think since 2010 almost, it's mostly been paying customers. We have almost 200 customers that have bought the solution. It's no longer just in beta sites or things like that. It's really customers that need the protection, that need the data masking, or they need the activity monitoring. They need to comply, or they need to secure it, and they need to be agile with the cloud. And they're selecting HexaTier in order to solve that problem. We have also returning customers, which is a good sense that data centers are open and they need new HexaTier's reverse proxy, or when they move to the cloud and they need the agility to have, today if you look, databases can be there permanently and we're using, but they could be today up for an hour or 2 hours and then drop. You need that agility, and the only way to do it is using HexaTier.
How do people, get to the point where they can quickly test HexaTier and see if it's what they want?
So that's the nice thing, and I like to say that's the wow effect that you get from people. We had a lot of DBAs or others that are installing it, and in a matter of minutes or up to an hour, they have it up and running and configured with rules, and they're going like, that took me 3 weeks, or that took me 3 months with other solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Here, they can really test it easily, have it up and running, see that it works, and then purchase it and implement it in their environment.
So just go to the HexaTier website and start.
So again, go to the HexaTier, reach out to us, and we'll be happy to assist whoever is coming. That's the goal of everything. To solve a problem and to make things easier.
Well, you're on the cutting edge of a fast-moving, shift to the cloud. So growth is almost guaranteed, right? Because the cloud's just growing. How do you scale the organization to handle the projected volume?
So again, part of the change that we have is I came in, and we're now building together with the great support of the current investors to grow the company. Again, to grow it with the level of success that we're getting. So we have a product, so it's not a company that's now really developing the first version 1. We're already in version 4, a very strong product, and it's now really getting the message and changing from where we were a year ago when we were more SMB focused and more inbound focused, to more really reaching out to the enterprise and letting them know that if you're moving to the cloud, if you're looking for that enabler that will help you, HexaTier is something that you really can rely on to make it easier for you.
And the pricing model is utility-based, like buying virtual systems and clouds?
So today the pricing model is a combination. You have the perpetual license for organizations that really want to own it and have it, but with the move to the cloud is really the move to subscription and the cloud-based, being in the marketplace and the ability to buy it on the marketplace for the amount of time that you're using it and not simply paying all the time for it. So we have both options, and it's mainly licensed based on database instances.
So what's your short-term plans over the next 6 months?
So first of all, it's really to build the team and put the message across. I think one of the things is that even the rebranding was to send that, because GreenSQL does have a good name out there, or did have a good name, and the rebranding really is to focus and share that this is something new. This is something really, I could say disruptive to what is happening today, that really when you look at the cloud and the challenges that you're facing with moving to the cloud, especially with databases and data in general, HexaTier is here to help you and enable you either today on-prem and when you decide to move, or today when you're already dynamic and hybrid in the cloud as well.
Great. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you very much.